Hello, my name is Seung-June, and I'm working at Seoul National University Hospital. I'm very pleased to make this presentation. The topic to be presented today is effect of urinary retention on the surgical outcome of holmium laser enucleation of the benign prostatic hyperplasia. BPH, LUTS, and urinary symptoms are the most common urinary problems that have a major effect on the quality of life of older men. In the clinical experience of observing the natural course of patients after BPH surgery, many patients have improved low urinary tract symptoms, but patients with preoperative urinary retention have reported poor results after BPH surgery. Therefore, our research team retrospectively analyzed the BPH prospective cohort of our institution for urinary symptoms and complications after BPH surgery. Patients prospectively enrolled in the Seoul National University Hospital BPH database registry were included. Patients who underwent HoLEP surgery for BPH between January 2010 and December 2016 were included, and the patients over 50 years of age were included. Patients with a history of genitourinary cancer, previous static surgical history, or urinary bladder were excluded from the study. The urinary retention was defined as follows. Acute urinary retention was defined as sudden onset of being unable to pass urine. Chronic urinary retention was defined as non-transient voiding difficulty with a PVR more than 300 milliliters. HoLEP surgery was performed using a 3-lobe technique with an 80-watt setting. The polycatheter was usually removed 1 day after surgery. Post-follow was performed 3 times at 2 weeks, 3 months, and 6 months after surgery. The test performed at each visit is as shown in the picture. Patients with non-UR and AUR and CUR were divided into 3 groups for analysis. CKD was significantly higher in patients with UR. Also, the patients with UR were more likely to take alpha blocker or 5-alpha reductase. Looking at the perioperative outcome, the prostate volume was large in the UR group, and the operation time and post-operative hospitalization period were also longer in the UR group. The frequency and duration of additional continuous irrigation after surgery were also high in the UR group. PD2 Qmax was higher in the UR group, and Qmax was low, and BOO index was higher in the group of UR. Looking at the perioperative complications, there was no significant difference among the 3 groups at 6 months after surgery. The frequency of patients complaining of urges at 2 weeks and 3 months after surgery was higher in the AUR group. Also, the number of patients who received blood transfusion within 2 weeks after surgery was higher in the AUR group. This graph are voiding parameters of the non-UR, AUR, and chronic UR groups. The mean preoperative Qmax was significantly low in the AUR and CUR groups than that in the non-UR group. However, there was no significant difference between the groups during the follow-up periods at 6 months post-operatively. The mean preoperative PVR was highest in the CUR groups, followed by AUR and non-UR groups with significant differences. The post-operative PVR was still significantly higher in the CUR and AUR groups than in the non-UR group. The difference in urine volume was approximately 30 to 40 milliliters between the CUR and non-UR groups. The mean PVR was less than 6 milliliters in the all groups. Next graph are symptom scores of the non-UR, AUR, and chronic UR groups. The preoperative mean IPSS and OADSS were not significantly different among the three groups. Moreover, at 3 and 6 months post-operatively, the mean IPSS and OADSS was not significantly different. In conclusion, the baseline history of AUR and CUR did not adversely affect the post-operative outcome of HoLEP, nor did these conditions increase the incidence of post-operative complications. The voiding symptoms PVR and Qmax of BPH patients with preoperative AUR and CUR was observed to significantly improve after HoLEP.